Hi, I'm Rita Ali. If you want to know secrets of the tarot, you are in the right place. Today we are going to talk about the hidden message in a tarot reading when a suit is missing. One of the most overlooked techniques in tarot is paying attention to what isn't in the spread. Most readers naturally focus on the cards that appear, but experienced tarot readers also ask another important question. What energy is missing from this reading? Sometimes the absence of a particular suit can reveal just as much as the cards that are present. It often points to a blind spot, an area of life that is underdeveloped, or something that simply isn't the main focus at this moment. Let's explore what each missing suit can tell us. If there are no cups in the reading, the energy of emotions, relationships, compassion, and intuition is missing. This may suggest that the querent is approaching the situation entirely through logic or practicality while overlooking their emotional needs. It can also indicate suppressed feelings or a disconnect from intuition. In such cases, I often ask questions like, what emotions are you avoiding? Or, are you listening to your heart as much as your mind? If there are no wands, the element of fire is absent. This represents passion, motivation, confidence, and action. The reading may suggest that there is plenty of planning but very little movement. The querent may have lost their enthusiasm or may simply be waiting for the right moment instead of taking the first step. Here, it's helpful to ask, what inspires you? Or what action are you avoiding? If there are no swords, then the energy of thought, communication, truth, and decision making is missing. This could mean that important conversations are being avoided, difficult decisions are being postponed, or that the real issue isn't conflict at all. A useful question here is, what truth needs to be acknowledged? Or, is there a decision you've been putting off? If there are no pentacles, the reading lacks the grounding energy of the material world. Pentacles represent finances, health, work, stability, and practical action. Their absence may suggest that the issue is more emotional or spiritual than practical, or that the querent has plenty of ideas but hasn't yet turned them into reality. In these situations, I like to ask, what practical step can you take next? Or, how can you make this vision tangible? Now, if an entire suit is missing, it usually points to one of three possibilities. First, that area of life may simply not be relevant to the current question. Second, it may represent a blind spot, something the querent hasn't yet recognized or is unconsciously overlooking. And third, it may highlight a quality that needs to be developed before real progress can take place. Another technique I find incredibly valuable is comparing the dominant suit with the missing suit. For example, if a reading is full of cups but has no swords, emotions may be overpowering logic, suggesting that clearer thinking and honest communication are needed. If swords dominate but there are no cups, the querent may be overthinking and disconnected from their feelings. If pentacles dominate but wands are missing, life may be stable and secure, but lacking excitement, passion, or initiative. And if wands dominate without any pentacles, there may be plenty of ideas and enthusiasm, but not enough planning or practical follow through to bring those ideas into reality. There is one more fascinating situation to watch for. Sometimes a reading contains only major arcana cards. When this happens, it usually tells us that the reading isn't about everyday events at all. Instead, it points toward major life transitions, soul lessons, karmic patterns, and profound spiritual growth. The larger journey of the soul takes center stage, while everyday concerns become secondary. So, the next time you complete a tarot reading, don't stop after interpreting the individual cards. Ask yourself two final questions. Which suit appears most often? That tells you where the energy is flowing. Then ask, which suit is completely missing? That often reveals what's lacking, what's being ignored, or what needs to be developed. When you combine these two observations, the entire reading gains another layer of depth. Instead of simply describing what is happening, you'll begin to understand what is needed to restore balance, and that's often where the most meaningful guidance is found. Do like and subscribe to us. It would be really special.